Organizing. This is the second function of management. So, first function on primary function of management is planning, and whatever plans that are decided by the top management, they have to be arranged, they have to be processed, and they should be organized to achieve the organizational goals. So, students, the concept planning is very important, and what I have said earlier, I want to repeat the same thing for this video also. Whatever concepts that you are studying in your business, in your subject business organization and management, especially the part of management, they may be subject for you, they may be topics for you, they may be matters for you, but whatever functions of management are given to you, you inculcate them in your daily routine life so that you can achieve your individual or personal goals. Okay? So, whatever the things that you are doing, whatever subject you are learning, inculcate, especially the subject of management. Inculcate and try to involve in your daily activities. Okay, so I would like to tell this to you, and I have stated. Now move to the concept that is about organizing. So in this slide they have given a very clearly what is organizing. So according to Theo Hyman, organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprise and establishing the authority relationship among them. So, organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the organization and establishing the authority relationship among them. So, in simple words, they have given in this slide, organizing is something you do before you do something. Organizing is something you do before you do something. So this part plays a very vital role, and this definition is very important for us to know. Organizing is something you do before you do something. So something we don't know, but we have to do it in the appropriate way. So it's not at all a mixed up concept. Okay. So how does NASA organize a party? See on the slide. See on the slide just once. Simply, they don't know, because NASA indicates that they will have so many aeronautical people. Okay, so we have to check and see. So do something before you decide it. Okay, that is about organizing. Now check the definition of organizing, and this definition is given by Louis A. Allen, and according to Mr. Allen, organizing is the process of identifying and grouping of works to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work more efficiently. Okay, so let us focus on this slide, and this slide indicates about how organizing has to perform. So we have different levels of management, as we have a top level, middle level and lower level. Here on this slide we have two persons in top level management. They are chairman and vice chairman. And in the middle level management, we have quality department, human resource department, financial department, legal affairs department, construction department, whatnot, all marketing, sales, etc. And this human resource department is again divided into two parts, recruitment and evaluation. There we will study these two topics in the next function of management, that is about staffing. And we have a subdivision of marketing and sales department, that is about marketing and sales customer services. So students, when you are studying about organizing, you have to put a more concentration, because organizing is not an easy task. All are not suitable for that post or that profession. So one should know what to do, where to do, how to do, and the most important thing is that by whom that work has to be conducted. That is very, very important. So simply one cannot allocate the work. One has to check the work and one has to give the responsibility. And that one person should be a skillful person. He should have professional knowledge as well as personal contact with the subordinates as well as superiors. Okay. So in this process of middle management, we have seen number of heads. Now come to the point of lower management. There will have quality control, quality assurance in the quality department, as like in the construction department will have civil engineering, metal engineering, electromechanical engineering. See, these all are the subdivisions of organizing. So just you observe your house, just you observe your parents, your siblings, your relations, your neighbors and all, how everyone are maintaining themselves. That is called organizing. How you be with them, how they are being with you, that is very, very important. If you are good, they will be good with you. That good indicates how organized you are. Okay, so this slide entirely states about how an organization or enterprise will work. Okay, ma'am. So let us focus on the other slide. Nature of organizing. Nature of organizing. So nature, where we observe this, how organizing will work in an organization as a secondary function, because primary function is planning. So whatever we plan, we have to organize them in an authentic and chronological order to get the organizational goals. So here we have certain points related to nature of organizing. They are group of persons, common objectives, division of work, cooperative efforts, communication, central authority, rules and regulations, dynamic elements. So let us focus on each and every nature of organization. Group of persons. Group of persons. Obviously, in an organization, there is a group of people working together for the achievement of common objectives. The group may be large or small. An organization is a system of cooperative relationships of two or more persons. So, in an organization, if it has to be organized in authentic manner, then people who are working in organization, they have to forget their individual goals and they have to work in group to achieve the organizational goals. So my, me, I should not be eliminated. We, all, are should be inculcated. That is very, very important to achieve the organizational goals, and it is the first primary nature in an organization to achieve the organizational goals. Second nature of organizing is common objectives. Common objectives. Every organization has a common objective distinct from personal objectives of the members. The common goal is the basis of cooperation among the members. The subjects of the organization are usually made explicit. So organization objectives are common and everyone has to achieve them, and they have to fulfill the organizational goals so that the organization can achieve its common goals with everyone's cooperation. So the organization goals are explicit in nature but not implicit. Okay. Next, another nature of organizing is division of work, which plays a vital role in an organization, which is very, very important also. One cannot do all persons' work, and all persons cannot do one person work. I'll explain you how. So first of all, let us go with the statement of division of work. An organization comes into existence when the total task is divided into the members of the group. Division of work is necessary not only because one individual cannot do all the work, but specialization results in efficiency and effectiveness. So as early in the once again before I have mentioned that one cannot do all persons work and all cannot do one person work. That indicates that maybe all can do a one person work, but here what is lacking is specialization. I cannot be a doctor. Maybe I know the medicine. I may not be a doctor, and doctor cannot be an engineer. Is it not? So, division of work is required in an organization to achieve the organizational goals. If the work is divided among the members, everyone will perform their task of work with more dedication, with more responsibility, so that obviously the work will be completed within a respective way. So specialization plays a vital role, and organization goals are very, very important. So if work is divided among people who are capable to complete the task of work, then organization can achieve its goal without any interruption. That's why division of work is essential. So you can understand this point because we have observed in the principles of management. In the principles of management, Mr. Do O Konj has stated that division of work is one of the primary function of management. Okay, so division of work is essential in every organization if they want to achieve their organizational goals. Next nature is cooperative efforts. The members of an organization are willing to help each other for the achievement of desired goals. Cooperative relationships are stabilized both vertically and horizontally among different units of the organization. So, if one person says that I would not like to, I don't want to work with other person, then definitely it leads to mess in the organization. It leads to disturbance in the organization. So, everyone should cooperate with others. Every department cooperate with others. So, ultimately, what is the purpose of persons who are working in an organization? Their organization goals. If cooperative efforts are there among different people and different departments in the organization, they achieve their organization goals. So, organizing is important. How we organize with others, how we deal with others, how we communicate with others, that matters a lot. Next one, this is very, very, very essential part, and we are giving it as a nature for organizing, that is communication. If this point is not there, forget about the function of management, that is organizing. People who form an organization communicates with each other in order to integrate or coordinate their efforts. The structure must be such that people can perform together efficiently. People can perform together efficiently. So, communication is important. The communication may be verbal communication or oral communication or written communication. Whatever it may be the thing, but communication should be there. It may be signals, it may be signs, it may be written one, or it may be orally stated, but communication is essential. Then only people are able to complete the task of work within a given time. Next one, central authority. Central authority. So, in an organization, There is a central directing authority which controls the concerted efforts of the group. The chain of authority responsibility relationship is known as chain of command. So students, when you are observing the central authority, yes, whatever work is allocated to you, you have to do. But the supervisor who allocated the work will receive the work from the manager. And the manager who has allocated the work to you got the orders from top management. So, ultimately, top management is the central authority to allocate the work to each and every person in the organization. Here you have to remember one important point is that authority and responsibility are the two sides of the coin. If any one side is missing, then there is no value for that task of work. So, authority is essential. Along with authority, responsibility is also important. If only responsibility is given and there is no authority, useless to complete the task of work, because a person who has taken the burden on the shoulder want the authority to complete the task of work. So, authority is important. Along with authority, responsibility is also essential. Next one, another nature is rules and regulations. This is common, is it not? If this point is not there, then useless to discuss about the concept of organizing. Organizing means an organizing concept will go along with rules and regulations to achieve organizational goals. Okay, so let us focus on this point which is given on the slide. For the orderly and systematic working of the members, rules and regulations are laid down and enforced by the central authority. Rules and regulations are common. To come to college, you have to be in the time. And when you are in the college, you have to attend all the classes. Once the college over, you have to leave the campus. These are the rules. Everyone has to follow. Okay. Similarly, in an organization, rules and regulations are framed so that organizing will become easy. And these rules and regulations are framed by central authority or top management. Next one, dynamic elements. Next nature of organizing is dynamic elements. An organization is not a mere mechanical structure, but a living organism arising out of the sentiments, attitudes, and behavior of people. The people are the materials of construction that hold the structure together and gives its vitality. So, first of all, we have to remember that organization is not with bricks and cement and sand and iron. Is it not? So we feel that organization means in our imaginary view, we feel that it is a building or it is something like that. It's not. It constraint of people who have emotions, who feel that if they work, they'll get their life. Is it not? So it includes their sentiments, their attitudes, their behaviors as well as their emotions. So when we merge all these things, definitely we have to organize ourselves if you want to be an organization. So here you have to remember one point, students. When we are in an organization, maybe now you are students, is it not? But after a few years, in a couple of years, you will become employee or employer in an organization. If you become an employer, you have to remember that you have to treat your employees as your family. If you are an employee, you have to recognize that the employer is providing food and shelter and living things to you. So obviously you have to feel that he is the head of your family. So that in point plays a vital role, and if you remember that point, obviously you can organize yourself, and if you organize yourself, definitely you will be in the track of organizing in an organization. Okay, so these are the points for the nature of organization. So I would like to repeat the points one more time so that you can have a clarity on the points. So nature of organizing, we need group of persons. Definitely an organization has to set common objectives. When the objectives are set in a common way, definitely there should be division of work. When the work is divided among different number of people, there we need cooperative efforts by each and every person. To do the work in a cooperative manner, definitely there should be an element of communication. If there is a lapse of communication, an organization cannot achieve its organizational goals. Where there is a concept of communication, the communication should come from central authority or top management. And once the central authority has given a communication, there we have to frame rules and regulations to achieve our organizational goals through dynamic elements. Okay students, this is about the concept of nature of organizing. So organizing is the second function of management after planning, and this function is very important, not only as a question for you in the examination, it is necessary for your daily life also. Okay, so I'll try to catch the concept, and I'm going to meet you with another concept in another video. Thank you.